Hey, science fans! Let's talk about something incredibly important but maybe a little hidden: how we make medicines. When you take a pill or a syrup, you trust it's going to work, right? Well, that trust is built on a mountain of science. A huge part of that science is something called characterization studies. Think of it like this: if you were going to build a super strong bridge, you'd want to know everything about your materials. Is the steel strong? Is the concrete solid? You would test every single part to understand its properties. Characterization studies are just like that, but for the ingredients that go into our medicines. It's all about getting to know the building blocks of a drug inside and out. So what are we really looking at? These studies are a deep dive into the physical and chemical properties of a drug substance and all the other ingredients, called excipients, that help deliver it. Scientists ask a ton of questions. What does this stuff look like under a powerful microscope? How big are its particles? Does it dissolve in water or oil? At what temperature does it melt? Will it change if it gets exposed to light or air? Answering these questions isn't just for fun, it's absolutely critical. Every single detail helps scientists build a complete profile, or a character, for each ingredient. It's like creating a super detailed biography for every molecule we use in medicine. This process is the bedrock of drug development. Before you can even begin to mix things together to make a pill, a cream, or an injection, you have to understand the fundamental nature of what you're working with. Imagine trying to bake a cake without knowing if your sugar is actually salt or if your flour is actually baking soda. The result would be a disaster. In medicine, a mistake like that could be much more serious. That's why scientists spend so much time and effort on these initial studies. They are the careful, deliberate first steps on the long road to creating a medicine that is safe, effective, and reliable for everyone who needs it. Ultimately, characterization is about predictability and control. Science is all about understanding the world so we can make reliable predictions. When scientists fully characterize a drug's ingredients, they can predict how those ingredients will behave during manufacturing. They can predict how they will interact with each other in the final product. And most importantly, they can predict how the medicine will behave inside the human body. This knowledge gives them the control they need to design a high-quality medicine. It's not magic. It's a systematic scientific process that turns a promising chemical compound into a helpful treatment. Consider it. Science rules. Now let's get into the why. Why is all this detailed study so vital for making safe and effective drugs? The first big reason is safety. Some chemicals can exist in different forms, even if they have the same chemical formula. Think of carbon. It can be soft, black graphite in your pencil or a super hard, clear diamond. These different forms are called polymorphs. In medicine, one polymorph of a drug might be a powerful treatment, while another form could be inactive or even harmful. Characterization studies help scientists identify and select the exact right form of the drug ingredient, ensuring that what goes into your medicine is the safe and correct version every single time. The next reason is effectiveness, or what scientists call efficacy. For a medicine to work, the active drug ingredient has to get from the pill or liquid into your body, and then to the right place to do its job. This is a journey. How well a drug dissolves, for instance, has a huge impact on how much of it your body can absorb. If the drug particles are too big or don't dissolve properly, they might just pass right through your system without ever having an effect. By studying properties like particle size and solubility, scientists can design the drug so that it gets absorbed efficiently, making sure you get the right dose to feel better. It's all about making sure the medicine actually works as intended. Then there's the issue of quality and stability. You want your medicine to be the same on the last day of its shelf life as it was on the first day it was made, right? Of course, characterization studies help us understand how a drug might change over time. Will it break down if it gets too warm? Will it react with the air in the bottle once it's opened? By testing how the ingredients respond to heat, light, and humidity, scientists can figure out the best way to formulate the drug and what kind of packaging to use. This ensures the medicine remains stable and potent, which is key for maintaining its quality from the factory to your medicine cabinet. Finally, understanding these properties is crucial for manufacturing. Making millions of pills that are all exactly the same is an incredible engineering challenge. Scientists need to know how the powders will flow through the machines, how they will press together to form a solid tablet, and how they will mix evenly. If the properties of the ingredients aren't just right, the manufacturing process could fail, leading to tablets that are too hard, too soft, or have the wrong amount of the drug. Characterization provides the essential data needed to design a robust and reliable manufacturing process, ensuring every single dose meets the highest standards of quality. So, how do scientists actually do all this amazing investigation? They have a whole laboratory full of cool tools and techniques. One of the most powerful tools is called chromatography. Imagine you have a pen with black ink, but you know that black ink is often made by mixing different colors. Chromatography is a way to separate that mixture. In the lab, scientists can dissolve a sample of the drug and pass it through a special material. Different molecules travel at different speeds, so they get separated out. This allows scientists to see exactly what's in their sample. They can check for purity and make sure there are no unwanted impurities mixed in with the drug. Another incredible technique is spectroscopy. This is a way of seeing how matter interacts with light. You know how a prism can split white light into a rainbow of colors? Spectroscopy is kind of like that, but way more advanced. Scientists shine different types of light, like infrared or ultraviolet light, at a drug sample. The molecules in the sample will absorb some of the light and let other parts pass through. The pattern of absorbed light is like a unique fingerprint for that molecule. By analyzing this pattern or spectrum, scientists can confirm the identity and structure of the drug molecule, making absolutely sure they are working with the right chemical compound. To understand the physical properties, scientists use other fascinating methods. For example, they use a technique called X-ray diffraction to study the solid form of a drug. By shooting a beam of X-rays at a crystal of the drug, they can see how the X-rays scatter. The pattern they create tells scientists the precise three-dimensional arrangement of atoms in the crystal. This is how they identify those different polymorphs we talked about earlier. They also use powerful microscopes, like a scanning electron microscope, to take super magnified pictures of the drug particles, so they can see their shape and size down to a microscopic level. And of course, there are simpler but equally important tests. Scientists perform dissolution tests, where they put a tablet or capsule into a liquid that mimics stomach fluid to measure how quickly the drug dissolves. This helps them predict how the medicine will behave inside the body. They also conduct thermal analysis, where they carefully heat a sample to see at what temperature it melts or decomposes. Each of these tests provides a critical piece of the puzzle. When combined, the results from all these techniques give scientists a complete and detailed picture of the drug's character, from its atomic structure to its real-world behavior. So, we've seen what characterization studies are and the cool tools scientists use. But what does this all mean for you, the patient? It means everything. All this hard work in the lab translates directly into better, safer, and more reliable medicines. When scientists deeply understand a drug's properties, they can design a product that consistently delivers the right amount of medicine to your body. This consistency, known as quality, ensures that the pill you take today works just as well as the one you took last week and the one you'll take next week. It removes the guesswork and provides a predictable result. This deep understanding is also the foundation of drug safety. By identifying and controlling the exact physical and chemical form of a drug, scientists minimize the risk of unexpected side effects or a lack of effectiveness. They can ensure that no harmful impurities are present and that the drug won't degrade into something less potent or potentially dangerous over time. This meticulous attention to detail is a core part of the promise that pharmaceutical companies and regulatory agencies, like the Food and Drug Administration, make to the public that the medicines on the market are safe for you and your family to use as directed. Furthermore, this knowledge helps create medicines that are more convenient and effective. For example, by understanding a drug's stability, scientists might be able to create a version that doesn't need to be refrigerated, making it easier for people to travel with. By studying its solubility, they might develop a new formulation that can be absorbed more easily, meaning a patient might be able to take a smaller dose or take it less frequently. These innovations, all born from characterization studies, can make a huge difference in a person's quality of life and their ability to stick to their treatment plan. In the end, unlocking the secrets of a drug's properties through characterization is not just an academic exercise. It's a fundamental part of modern healthcare. It's the science that allows us to turn a chemical compound into a trusted therapy. It ensures that every medicine is built on a foundation of knowledge, precision, and control. So the next time you see a simple pill, remember the incredible amount of science, the chromatography, the spectroscopy, the microscopy, that went into understanding its every secret. That detailed work is what makes it possible for that little pill to do its big job, helping you get and stay well. It's pure, powerful science in action.